Hello, and welcome to Conscious Curiosities, where we unlock the wisdom of the universe which lies within us. I'm your host, Maria Luz, an astrologer, psychic medium, and hypnotist. I'm going to continue talking about some of the conjunctions that are happening in the sign of Aries. And a couple of weeks ago, I was speaking about the dwarf planet Aries making a conjunction with asteroid Chiron. And today, as I record this on Thursday, Venus is now joining them at 25 degrees Aries. And I really have been spending a lot of time pondering the energy of Aries because we're only at the start of what's going to feel very intensely Aries, and it feels a little differently than maybe I have felt it before or that I've been taught to feel it, which is interesting because I think with this conjunction that's happening, Venus is all about getting clear on your values so that when you are in relationship with people and with things, that it's in a harmonious way. So it's not damaging to you or to the other person or being or thing. And with this conjunction to Eris, we're now bringing in those themes about embodying our soul purpose. And with Chiron, on healing those intrinsic wounds in a way that can help us feel better and in the process offers healing to those around us. And I really think that what Aries had become was this maybe warrior drive that's been turned inwards and almost this brutality to self, a destruction of self. And now, what it feels like to me is as we start a brand new cycle with these outer planets beginning new signs, and especially with Neptune and Saturn beginning again at the start of the zodiac, I think this time around the cycle, Aries feels like the rebuilding of self. And it's complicated because we have in all of that self brutality, we've become very codependent with systems and structures and people, and so we don't really know who we are at this point or what we desire, which is another Mars and Aries quality. So I think with this energy currently, we're being asked to examine about our actions because it's Aries. What is authentically us? And what I mean by that is whose agenda do your actions serve? And if they are for our natural state of being, that nature is really towards harmony and towards non-suffering. And I wrote a little about this in my Substack today. If you want to read more about kind of this origin story of my new thinking about Aries, which came at like 4 in the morning. Actually, it was 4:40 in the morning, I think. But our natural tendency is towards non-suffering. It's towards harmony. So if we can kind of take this time to examine where we're rejecting that natural state so that we can use this Aries energy to realign with our values. That's the Venus part. And with Eris, with our soul calling. And that drives our agenda as opposed to the other codependent influences that we're all subject to at this point. But again, I think that's kind of maybe the old Aries archetype, Aries slash Libra archetype. And I think we're going to start finding a new way to authentically connect, maybe with more reciprocity, or at least with a feeling of being in a natural state of giving and receiving. And we are just beginning that now. So maybe that's a bright spot in what can feel very damaging and brutal on the outside of us. Maybe we can start being more kind and compassionate and curious on the inside of us. And I will leave you with that. Thank you so much and have a peaceful weekend.